All right, welcome everyone to some more Link to the Past tournament action. We have Group Jello, or Group J. We have Rob J. Beasley versus alexjas2. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Careless Rex. How are you doing today, Rex?
I'm doing pretty good today. Got a tummy ache from eating too much ice cream, but other than that, it's going great.
Ice cream sounds really good right now, but yeah.
It was a good choice, for sure.
There's certain things you're willing to pay for, right?
Yeah, exactly. And ice cream is one of them.
So we got inverted key sanity here on this last race. This race means has quite a bit of meaning. If Alex wins, he will be in to brackets by virtue of a 2-0 sweep of McMonkey previously, who's also in this group. If Rob wins, sadly Rob cannot make brackets, but if he does win, then McMonkey will end up in the brackets instead. So a lot of meaning to this race. Alex is certainly going to want to pull this one out.
And I'm sure both runners will play exceptionally well. We'll see how this goes. I always like a race when there's something on the line.
Absolutely.
And inverted key sanity is, well, it's a lot of fun. Everybody enjoys it, right? Nobody hates this one.
Well, we get $20 to start with, so if the runners want to go straight to the arrow game to farm money, they can.
Oh yeah, that costs an initial $20. You got to have an investment.
It's like Alex is going to try and get a kill here so he can do a tree pull and hope for bombs.
Yeah, bombs would be really nice here for that hype cave, which is typically a little more hype than usual because of how early you have access to it.
And Rob getting $20 from Stumpy. Yeah, I'm not a huge... Okay, got magic, which isn't great, and then he flutes away because we got that starting flute. Gonna do this treacherous walk, avoid the murder dactyl. In fact, he is 1 heart versus 3. The murder dactyl is gonna kill you with 3 hearts just as easily as with 1, so it really doesn't matter. So. He just needs to get over there. There we go.
Not technically higher stakes, but yes, that's one of the biggest problems with inverted key sanity, or inverted at all, is just how much damage that you have to watch out for because you got 3 hearts and green mail in the dark world.
You got a bottle and a mushroom there in the mire shed, which may matter. It is a bottle of blue, so very nice. But Rob, forgetting that he doesn't have the money to do dig game, is gonna try
waste a little
to
time
do
there,
it. Yeah. But he's gonna
should have stopped by the arrow game a little earlier, but hindsight's 20/20. Opening Thieves Town real quick while he does the other checks.
Yeah, Alex is gonna. I mean, well, he's only got 20. But let's see if he maybe gets enough money to be able to do this without having to do the arrow game. We do get a small key to Turtle Rock.
Oh, that's good. So we'll see Cane of Samaria here real soon then.
Yeah.
And some more Turtle Rock keys.
Yeah, and Turtle Rock, assuming we get a mirror, Turtle Rock won't need nearly the same number of keys as you're used to, because there are ways to get into Turtle Rock with a mirror.
Yeah, with inverted you can sneak in.
And there's some bombs for Alex. So that's really nice. Now you don't have to worry about, you can go do Hype Cave at any point in time. I like the early Thieves Town dip in this, because you can do the front 4 pretty easily. Pod small key, that could have some meaning. We have access to Pod because of the flute.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah, there's so much different in key sanity and inverted, more specifically. All right,
I should say we already had access to 1 chest in Pod, but now we have access to multiple chests in Pod with that small key.
Multiple lovely chests that likely contain progression. I can feel it.
Piece of heart early on would be nicer if that was the 4th piece of heart, but we don't have enough for that yet. And 10 arrows. And it looks like Alex is going to go ahead, instead of saving and quitting, is going to go ahead and take a death warp. Maybe he wants to go hit up Skull Woods, which is another one of our Sphere 1 checks.
That's our Moon Pearl.
Yeah, Moon Pearl in the chess game.
Wow.
Alex needs Alex needs $30 to do that, so he's not going to be able to do that right away.
Alex, go find your money. Anywhere. Look between the couch cushions.
Rob with no bombs. Go do Thieves Town first. Go do Thieves Town. There are bombs there.
Yeah.
He went for the 50. Yeah, he went for the 50-50 bush, but did not sadly get it. Oh, hey, now Alex will go do chess game. That works.
That was ideal for Alex there. Let's hope he doesn't forget about chess game, which I'm sure he won't.
He's
That's
gonna
not the
forget
right
it
way to chess
for a
game.
second. No, nope.
Alex, it's not the right way to chess game.
Okay, well, he'll get there eventually. He's gonna farm up some money for stuff. Didn't he? Wasn't he the one that did dig game? Wait, which
no,
one
I
did
think
was it Rob?
Dig
Okay.
game. So yeah, he's probably gonna get some money for dig game. While Rob gets his keys and other goodies from the front of Thieves Town. This arrow game you just rarely ever see except for in inverted.
Yeah, you see it all the time in inverted, but other modes, oh no, he missed one. He's got enough money for dig game, so we're all good. But
he's shooting like me. You can't do that. Yeah, it's just 80 rupees for dig game, I believe.
Yeah, it's 80 rupees for dig game, just 80 rupees. This early, that's not exactly a just, but
yeah.
you can farm up rupees. I would farm up as many as I could to make sure that I have pod access before I leave this area.
Oh yeah, that pod access costing you 110 because of the greedy monkey. Oh, we got a little death warp there. Don't worry. Everyone, don't try it at home. Rob knows what he's doing.
And I'm going to take one of those bombs to go into the bombable hut.
Oh, I was wondering why I picked that chicken up. I think it was just an accident. I was like,
probably.
Is this a strat I don't know about?
We get simultaneous for 20s from both runners.
A magical moment there. Both runners getting 20 bucks at the same time.
Okay, looks like Alex gonna go ahead and head over towards Hype Cave. Also, Rob.
Oh, we got some synchronization going on here.
Piece of heart.
Which I guess you like seeing early on.
50. A big key too, Skullwoods. Actually, if you're gonna find a big and a hammer.
Oh, hammer.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That big key to Skullwoods is actually a really nice find this early in the game because this is about when you would consider doing all the Skullwoods checks. Now that's gonna put an extra item that we can get in that Skullwoods big chest. That normally what happens in these inverted keys modes is you go in Skullwoods, you do 5 checks because you can't do the back and you can't do the big chest.
Yeah,
but then
for sure.
The Skullwoods big key shows up and it becomes a nasty little fetch quest you have to come back for.
And you're like, oh. So yeah, it's nice getting that early. It's with Skullwoods having so many more checks now because of key sanity, it does make sense that's a strong play to go in there. But
yeah, I like Alex's choice to go to Skullwoods. I mean, not that pod isn't being pointed to as well. We have a small key that gets us extra checks. So this is also a good play. I mean, they're both. Either one could have stuff. In fact, it wouldn't surprise me if both have stuff that we need.
Yeah, it might be no time lost between the two plays here, but it remains to be seen. We'll see who made the right play here in just a few moments.
The one thing I will say for the Skullwoods play, it's unlikely you're going to get anything that's going to change what you do here. I mean, you could get the fire rod, and all that would really do is bait you to 1 check. Mothfield is not in logic until you have 3 keys, and no one wants to, and you don't have a sword anyway to get back there. So, whereas you might get a second pod key, and a second pod key opens up a ton of extra checks that you can do.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, if you happen upon that, that's going to be better for you in the long run. Taking a lot of death warps happening.
Yeah. Also, this is, usually you do the bomb jump to get this big chest. I kind of like the idea of just dropping down from the top in this situation, because one, you can farm bombs that way, but also, this is not, no, oh my god. Okay, so this is really bad, because he can only just get the 1 chest.
Yeah, because he does not have a key. He's locked in here now.
Yeah, he's locked in
that's,
here. What you want to do is you want to drop down the hole in the bottom left. And that gets you 3 checks. And I'm a big fan of just dropping down, not stealing the key from the pot to do that. Because then you don't have to worry about, you'll have the 2 keys that you need if you have to kill Mothfield later. You won't have to wait on any Skullwood small keys. Because he's going to go right back to get the other 2 checks. Actually, possibly all 3 checks.
Frustrating. Yeah, that's going to cost him some time. And if Skullwoods comes up relatively empty, that's going to feel pretty bad.
Yeah, and Rob gonna use up his potion to do this glitch, so he can do the rest of the right side here.
I always really like this, those tricks that can let you.
Yeah, I might
get
not have
around
done it
things.
this early because without it being with so many things in logic, this is not likely gonna give us anything. Plus, you're using up a blue potion, not a green or a red, but because that's what you have. But I mean, if there's something here, it's gonna work out well for him.
Yeah, that's something
Or
to
it could just
keep
be
in mind.
the red 20. It's just a red
So,
20. Okay.
Not worth it, but yeah, the logic thing can, man, it can really, really pay off, but a lot of times it's, if you have the option to just do what's in logic, you should do it. Unless maybe out of logic gets you to skip AGA or something like that. But
Yeah, I mean, you're right there, so it's a reasonable play to do. So there's nothing wrong with the play. But there are also so many things in logic that there's not, just the chance of it being, that there being something there is not that high. Okay, Alex gets a glove. That's pretty important.
Yep, we're going to be needing that, so Rob's going to need to make his way to Skullwoods at some point, pick up his glove.
And that's Light World access. We'll see if Alex does the other 2 checks in Skullwoods. From his position, he can save and quit out of that check, so it would work. I think it makes sense to do it. And then he can just start doing Light World stuff. Rob is going to go and do the first chest in Castle Tower, because we can't go any further without a key.
And important to note, that is not Ganon's tower and inverted. I know everybody might be thinking.
We switch.
It's swapped. I know the first time I was like, what? Ganon's tower's just open.
Ooh, big key to Thieves Town. Good thing Alex went back in there. I mean, no guarantee that we need that, because we don't know what our pendants and crystals are, but you would rather have it than not have it.
Well, there's our half magic.
Rob gets something we don't need, but we surely don't turn it down. A half magic.
Yes,
is a really
absolutely.
Nice item.
When it's in the way, unfortunately, this was kind of an out of the way, but at least he's got the check done. He's not thinking about it later on. Because it's looking like this is not going to be an AGA seed unless is something on the lumberjack?
Something on the lumberjack would have. Yeah. We would need something on the lumberjack to make this an AGA seed at this point. We definitely don't need it for Light World access. And nice job dodging the Lionels there. They will kill you very quickly in this.
Very scary.
In this mode. Ether for regular entry into Turtle Rock. We might not need that if we find Mirror.
Yep, that's true. Because you can sneak in the back, which is really convenient. There's a lot of checks on Laser Bridge.
And I will mention this. I have seen 2 races with Mirror on Laser Bridge, so there's no guarantee.
There's
Ooh, Alex,
that's true.
No.
Ugh, yeah, that one unfortunately was not to do a death warp.
No, not a whole lot of death warping happening on the Overworld.
Yes, I can't imagine a situation, but
yeah, I think he wants to start in Kakariko, so he's fluting over here. I don't know. I mean, I've watched a number of these. I see different orders that people do things in. I've yet to discover, or I'm not even sure there's a meta for it, what is the good place to start in the Light World. Because what happens, if those of you use map trackers, when you suddenly get Light World access, your entire Light World map just turns green. It all turns
everything
green.
Is there for you to
and
go
suddenly,
check.
Yeah, so there's all these things you have to do, and there's a whole lot of checks that open up, and it looks like Rob is going to go ahead and get his glove here. We'll see what he does in terms of order. I think it looks like he's going to get that glove first, which will be nice for him. Yeah,
there's not a lot of options without the glove right now, so it's kind of like funneling him.
Yeah,
here.
I mean, I don't think he's got anything left at this point. Alex's advantage is he didn't do the other checks for Rob, but that advantage is quickly dwindling. He needs to make it over. I'm not entirely sure why he's taking.
I thought he was finished with Skullwoods.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the portal here, but he's having trouble getting past all the enemies.
Oh,
this is
my
now
gosh.
The 3rd time he's taken this exact same death.
So
maybe
deadly bell peppers. I hate
at this
them.
point, I think you just go to the Light World portal, the south of Link South, and work your way south to north instead.
Yeah, I'm stubborn enough that I just keep doing it until I get it, but I definitely agree with you. It's just go to down here.
I mean, you'll still get there. I've heard runners do a kind, like talk about doing an a counterclockwise sweep of everything starting in Kakariko. But in the end, you're still going to get to everything.
Yeah, typically it's not going to make too big of a difference, but gosh, you never know with a randomizer.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna do the dam and South Shore. Maybe he might go west into the desert area, which is a better play in inverted because you have extra checks that you can do. Because, for instance, Checkerboard Cave is accessible from the light world because we have to find a way to get there without the mirror.
Yep. There's a number of changes, so there's going to be some things that if you're new to watching this, you might be a little surprised. I think they're playing some sort of hacked game or something, but no, it's just inverted.
And we get a bug net, which he ignores.
Don't need that bug.
Yeah, I kind of would have liked to see him go west, even if he didn't want to pick up that item. Because he only has one bomb for Mini Moldorm, and Mini Moldorm with hammer sucks.
Yeah, it does.
It really does.
And it also means you're not going to go check Ice Rod Cave unless you get a bomb. Yeah,
I mean, there's a reasonable chance that he does pick up a bomb, but you see how much trouble he's having killing these Moldorms.
Yeah, Moldorm's notorious for just being so friendly and easy to work with.
I also would have grabbed that heart. That fairy would have been really good. Okay, careful. You still got one more? Okay,
there you go. You attempted to go pick up that
was pretty scary.
Magic there.
A small key to Turtle Rock.
Okay.
Money. Sword.
Yay. Our first sword.
Red boomerang.
And
double boomerangs.
Both camps very happy right now, I'd imagine. Dare I ask what you prefer? Oh, another sword for Rob.
I prefer the hook shot.
That fair. You know what? Touche, Tracy.
There are only a few places I actually use a boomerang in, and so I don't really miss it if I don't have it, other than sometimes it screws up my menu.
Yeah, I can imagine having to have that in your mind, whether or not you picked it up when you're menuing, can be frustrating.
Okay, Alex back in Village Outcasts. Looks like he's going to go the other way over to the portal, which should be easier. Maybe he was trying to avoid this without a sword. With the sword, it's pretty easy to... Oh, no, he's going Okay, he's going to go this way again.
He is married to this path.
But this time, he's got a sword, so this should be much better.
He'll have no problems.
As we say that, he gets hit by a card for 2 hearts.
I'm still gonna maintain faith in Alex.
Come on, you got this. You got this.
Yes. Another one of these changes that we were mentioning. This is going to be Graveyard Ledge.
This is definitely the long way around. I don't understand why this pathing.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, because
Graveyard Ledge with the pod big key.
Oh yeah, that makes that early dip into pod kind of feel a little bad, but. But yeah, c'est la vie. That's randomizer. Okay, we're gonna get Hyrule Castle or Escape, back of Escape here.
Swamp map.
Okay.
Turtle Rock Compass, 20 rupees, a whole lot. I mean, the swamp map might prove to be useful, but not a whole lot. I mean, as far as compasses go, the Turtle Rock one is maybe one of the better ones because of the way we segment what we do in Turtle Rock and Inverted. I wouldn't say that in normal modes because Turtle Rock is a very linear dungeon normally, but Inverted you do it in definitely do it in pieces. So having that counter there is is one of the better ones to have, but it's definitely not what you're looking for.
I would agree with you. I would agree with, because there's so much, and like you were mentioning, I see a lot of runners double, triple, quadruple even.
Yeah, in keys mode, dungeons. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's just like expected at this point.
Yeah, if it's a keys mode, you should be expecting to double dip multiple dungeons.
Okay, we're gonna
finally get into Kakariko.
Yeah, these are all my favorite. There's so much nostalgia with all these checks here.
Yeah, funny how the speedrun pretty much doesn't touch this area.
Yeah, you're right. It's amazing how different the randomizers are. I mean, to be expected. Okay, map to Eastern.
Oh, blue mail's nice.
Yeah, some defense. Could have used that a little bit earlier.
Ooh, my favorite
there's-
item, the hook shot.
Yeah. Tracy is very happy here. Both
I
runners picking
love the hook shot.
up the hook shots.
We got a small key to pod.
Okay, Pod is
It's 3
looking
small
very
keys?
attractive.
Yeah.
We still need that
No, he's only 2.
bow,
Maybe-
right?
Yeah.
And some few more keys.
I mean, to full clear it, logically, you need 6. You can do
Oh
it
my
with
gosh,
4.
that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it with 4, but that means not opening the front door, which is, I think one of them, I forget who went to pod, but he's already opened the front door, so it doesn't have that option.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But typically, I mean, there's very rare situations where you would do that, and most of them involve entrance rando. So, you want 5 keys to full clear it, and out of logic even. And more maps, and a very useless map, a very useful cane of Samaria,
Yep.
and a very
And some
useful pair of flippers.
Well, look at that. We've got Arcane, which, depending on what's on, we know Ether on Turtle Rock.
Yeah,
But if we find that mirror, we can. I can't tell if that's the tracker, if we've confirmed that or not. I can't remember us being up there. So. Ooh, Fire Rod.
Okay,
Is a good
I was about to say that Ice Palace is starting to call, but we didn't have a way to get in it yet, but now we do.
Yeah, you do. Yep, and one of the changes here, even because we just got the flippers there, and one of the changes is you don't need the mitts to get into ice dungeon palace. That's the word I was looking for.
And an ice rod.
Okay.
We don't have the Turtle Rock big key, but
We don't, no. But
yeah,
I bet we're
that
going to get it
Trinex
right
is starting
here.
to get close. Yeah, it
Right
wouldn't
here.
surprise me.
Turtle Rock, big key. Okay.
Now, Trinex also behind 4 small keys because you can use your keys badly, but there's a lot of Turtle Rock that we'll be able to do if a mirror decides to show up.
What is in library? A key.
A small key.
We might need to come back for that.
Yeah, you file that in the back of your mind. Hope you remember when you're looking for that one last small key that there's a small key there.
It drives me nuts not being able to know what key it's for. I'm like, I wish I knew.
I think we're going to ignore that bottle on the race game. Second bottle is nice. We already got one.
Yeah, you really only need one for Sick Kid. And that's not even technically necessary all of the time, but
yeah, there's 2 more out there. You know, I kind of like to have 2,
them.
but I wouldn't go out of my way to pick a second one up, especially since we just found another one.
Yep, that would have been a really
basically
disappointing time sink to go get that bottle, only to see
then
the
find
third
another
one here.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
All right,
Okay,
where
Alex
to
saving
next?
and quitting. Where are we going?
Alex wouldn't. I was going to say he wouldn't go to pod right now, would he?
No, looks like he's going to do Thieves Town. Or
no, he changed his mind.
not? Okay. I mean,
Just wanted to
it's
check the foyer real quick.
Yeah, I mean, Thieves Town Big Chest has gotten at least 2 runners that I know of. Pretty badly. I want to say there might have even been a 3rd one. So going into Thieves Town without the small key to do the big chest is definitely a risk. And we don't know whether it's a pendant or crystal. Maybe he decided to check into Thieves Town to see if he had the map for it yet, instead of checking the map.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a guess.
It's possible, yeah.
I do think we're gonna. Yeah, it looks like he wants to. Yeah, they like this. We don't know if this is a pendant or a crystal. Go ahead and just knock out Mothville right now.
Yep, while Rob makes his way to do Mini Moldorm Cave. I think Mini Moldorm has his sword upgrade here.
Yes.
And we might see Ice Rod Cave, depending on how Rob's feeling.
Yeah, he's
here,
got a lot of bombs. He's got a hook shot to kill the
He's
Mini
loaded out
Moldorm.
for sure.
Yeah.
This is good for him, delaying this check, because I can't remember anything other than the sword, really.
I think there might be. Yeah, there were some small keys.
Yeah.
Okay, just bombs.
Oh yeah, both
the
are
first
boomerangs.
chest. Now, keep in mind, this Mothfield that Alex is about to do is not in logic. With Fire Rod and a Master Sword, it's not too bad. He could save try and conserve his magic getting through there.
Yeah,
to
it'd
be
been
able
nice
to
if
use
he
those Fire
had
Rod shots.
found that half magic, but alas.
Yeah. Looks like he's not going to even farm magic here, so looks like we'll be doing it with just the Master Sword and possibly the hammer.
Which can definitely be done. The only question is, are we sure? We don't know whether this is a crystal
letter.
or a pendant, right?
There is no letter in the upper left side. We do not know.
I always forget that. It's such a convenient little thing, and I like that there's some utility in the maps and the compasses.
Yeah, I don't like that they have the letter in Key Sanity. I think you should have to actually check the map. I think it's fine it does its job in regular modes because the whole point is that the music tells you whether or not something's a pendant or a crystal. And, if you're hearing impaired, having that letter there is super useful.
Yeah.
But in Key Sandy, the music doesn't tell you anything. So being able to hear doesn't help you. I mean, I'm sure it does in a broad sense. But the letters, I don't think is necessary. I kind of miss having to go back and check the letter out.
Oh, yes.
Or check the map out.
Back in my day, we had to check the map. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, we did get a crystal.
Crystal, so it was worth it to go to finish that while Rob picks up his bow. So
we can
feeling. We need more pod keys, right?
Well, we need a lamp technically for it to be in logic.
Oh my gosh, yeah, there's so much.
Yeah.
They're like pod. You can just go straight to it. But you can't do anything without like half the items.
If I knew for sure whether that pod was a crystal, I could definitely see the argument for rushing the boss. Since we have everything we need to do that. Not logically, but in reality, we can just do it.
But that's a big gamble, not knowing. Yeah.
Not knowing, it's a gamble, because those other pod small keys now, you'll have to get more of them to do other checks. And if it turns out to be a pendant, and then you have to get more small keys, and you have to go back there later on, definitely something to consider when you're making that decision. Alex is going to go and do Thieves Town. Maybe was hoping to get that Thieves Town small in Skull Woods. Is not going to get it. So we are going to be leaving that big chest orphaned.
So hopefully, for Alex's sake, there's nothing important in there. And we're not sure if this is a crystal or pendant.
Oh, wow.
That's not,
Did you see that stun prize?
Well, what was it?
It was a fairy. Oh my god. We don't need powder this seed. Just stun an enemy and you can get your health refilled.
Easy peasy.
You don't get my favorite stun prize is the full magic because
that is good to see. Yeah.
But the fairy's a nice one.
It's a close second. Yeah. Okay, Rob might be doing something very similar here.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see him finish Skullwoods as well.
I'd be surprised if he left without finishing it. It's not.
It's too far
While it is a
away.
bit of a gamble, it's not as big of a time sink as like gambling on pod right now.
Yeah, and you still can click pod. The difference is if you choose to go to the boss, there are going to be locations that you won't be able to go to until you find those other small keys.
Yeah.
And you're coming all the way back to the dungeon. Here, he's just full clearing it. Like, he'll never have to come back.
This is out of his mind forever. He doesn't need to come back. And so it definitely makes a lot of sense to do this, even if you get a pendant, which he's not. He's going to be getting a crystal, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, we've gotten a few maps, just not that many. And we haven't gotten a map check, and we haven't yet to see a letter in any of these dungeons. So.
Yeah. There's lots of... no pun intended, lots of blind boss fighting here.
Yeah.
There's genuinely not intended. I'm not a pun guy.
And Rob, with that half magic, is going to have the ability to use fire rod shots. 8 fire rod shots would take care of Moth. So fire rod shots mixed with master sword shots, or if he wants to use hammer. Some people are really good at hammer blind. I am not.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, our tracker link for is telling me we did get a map check, but we don't know a whole lot. It's like, so we have Swamp is a crystal, Eastern a pendant, which is, of course, why we got that bow.
Rob definitely dodging all of the spikes. Masterfully done. No damage, Mothula, while Alex takes on blind. We're going to see a no damage blind. I can feel it. I'm hoping this is a crystal here on blind for Alex's sake.
Yeah, it'd be feeling really bad if it was a pendant, then maybe you had to come back later. We get a
Blue pendant or
compass
something.
to the
For this
dungeon, and it is a
dungeon.
crystal.
Okay. So worth his time to do that. The only thing is if he's gonna orphan, because he has to, he's gonna orphan that.
Yeah, you can't
Big
get to the
hotel.
big chest. That's
Let's hope there's
an
not
annoying
something
one to
like-
get back to.
Like boots or mirror in there.
Or anything required.
Yeah, anything.
Like
Any
boots,
go mode
boots
item.
are I mean, boots are great for going fast, but in this mode, boots don't really do a whole lot in terms of opening things up, because the torch, the two torches that are usually we worry about, the one in desert and then the one in GT for the big key, are not going to usually stop you from finishing the game.
No.
Because it's just another item there. It's not like in particular
it's nice
the desert
to have,
torch.
but
Obviously you want boots.
You want it for sure, and we do have that key on library, which we're not sure if we need or not. But it's I don't know. I've seen key sanity just really give the runners the runaround, make them go everywhere. Logically triple dipping things. It's key sanity. The sanity part is very very true to this
sure
mode.
Is. Alex must have checked his menu, because we have not talked to the bomb vendor, but he does have 2 red crystals, and since he's only completed 2 crystals, they must be the red ones.
Yes.
We are gonna do. Let's see. We have an ice palace small key. It doesn't matter. We can grab the one behind the hammer. Alex is gonna go ahead and do icebreaker.
Shenanigans. They can just skip over everything.
Yeah, is gonna go ahead and hit the switch, because we don't have the big key. If you don't you absolutely need to hit the switch without the big key.
It's important to remember that, because you don't want to do the skip here and then get down there and realize, well, crud, I can't get to cold skip now.
I've done it. It sucks.
It's I definitely know that feel. So yeah, lots of checks here that we're gonna get.
Most of these are in logic. We have everything we could possibly want to do this. Now, obviously, the big chest we're not getting because we don't have the big key, and the boss not in logic. We don't know if this is a pendant or a crystal. And now that we have a little bit of information in terms of crystals, it's actually relatively likely that this could be one of our pendants, because we're running out of things to be pendants. So.
That's a good point. Yep, they've got to show up at some point. So.
But I like this play because the C's kind of telling you, here are a bunch of things that you can do in Ice Palace.
Absolutely.
So maybe there's something here. So far, not working out.
Which is unfortunate, because the seed, I agree with you. The seed was like, go here.
All it takes is one important item to show up here. And then it's all worth it.
You know what? I think it's going to show up. I have faith in Ice Palace today.
Okay, I think this is the last check we have in logic. So, Ice T, are you bailing us out?
Okay. We got a ledge check, and it wasn't anything.
Oh,
I think we have. I think Rob went up there to check. I'm not sure if Alex did, so he might be thinking to go check that.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Rob doing the long, slow walk with the old man.
Yep, it's without that mirror. It's really long walk.
Even without the mirror doesn't really help you, actually.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just slow, because you got to take him all the way to the portal. You got to take him all the way down, and the old man makes you walk slower. And if you have boots, and you try to run, it'll make you walk even slower. But we do have a big key.
We needed it.
And
possibly.
It's a baby.
Oh, Eastern. What pendant is on Eastern?
I'm guessing not green, because that's not how it's marked. We must have seen it, because we would have seen it from a map check.
I was gonna say.
So that is a completable Eastern Palace available.
And that's not what you want to see right now, because of it's the pendant, right?
Yeah. So Alex doing a nice job at duping some of his fire rod shots with sword beams. Does need to not get hit any further. We do have blue mail, so we're not quite one hit KO yet, but we do have to be careful here.
Yeah, we're close enough to one hit.
Okay.
He does have a potion. So.
Yeah, please use that potion, and just use your fire rod shots. You'll save time and probably save your life. Okay, just one more shot on the last puff, and we're good to go.
Oh, that's always scary. There we go.
Okay, so
10
what do we have? Oh, it's green pendant. It's
Oh!
a pen. I call it? I said it was a pendant. It's
You
green
did.
pendant, so it could still be a thing. Like there's still an
Psychic
item
Tracy.
there.
Yep. Call in with your questions about love. She'll be able
Oh,
to tell
please
you.
no.
Don't. Please do not. All right. Well, maybe Saha has something of use, and that was all worth it.
Well, Alex is gonna get the big key to Eastern in very short order. Maybe he takes that to Eastern Palace with this knowledge. It could turn in the green pendant on the way.
Yeah, it definitely. He'll have a stronger pull than Rob right now, for sure.
Yep. Like if you clear a dungeon and all you get out of is a green pendant, you kind of want to know, did I screw up or did I get something, or am I way ahead because my opponent's not doing this anytime soon?
Yeah.
Okay, Ether
really
is entry into Turtle Rock.
Ooh.
Big key to Turtle Rock.
Oh, okay. Well,
okay,
this
we're
is,
starting to get Turtle Rock
right
things.
here. We're right here. We just need that. How much can we do without the mirror of Turtle Rock right now? How many keys do we have? 2?
Without the mirror, we can get to, well, it would be Mimic Cave now. Mimic Cave you don't get to from the Dark World like you normally do. You can just get there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The Light World, but that's how far you can go. You could, if you skip the lava chest, which isn't in logic anyway because you don't have 4 small keys, you can get all the way down to Laser Bridge. You cannot get to the boss. So I don't know if you do that play right now. I think there's other better things to do.
Yeah.
Because you can't get to the boss and you hope to get the mirror and then you don't. Then 2 small keys would be plenty to clear everything. Okay, Rob with that map check. I think I saw a crystal on Pod. We already knew that Myra was. I thought Myra was a pendant, but I guess no. Eastern and it's desert though. Okay, desert and Eastern are pendants. Okay, looks like between the 2 runners we have all our knowledge.
We're gonna see a Tower of Hera here. I'm not sure how far in.
Yeah, Link Force, one of my favorite trackers, always has to yell at me. I saw that it was Light World after the fact.
Gonna see the Hera pot. Pretty common trick here.
Alright, we're gonna be, again, orphaning another big chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't have the big key, so
we don't.
Not gonna be able to check that, unfortunately.
So, after, if it comes down to something like a GT big key search or, or pick your favorite bad big key location, we've got quite a few really awful one-offs that are going to be hanging over us.
Yeah, this is it could turn into a big chest tour where you just get the big key for the next dungeon and then you have to go to that one.
Let's not have that. Let's not have that happen. Rob, no.
Known. Yeah, as mentioned before, Moldorm never goes wrong for any runner ever. So I cannot stand that guy. It's amazing. It's one of those things that no matter how good you are at this game, Moldorm will absolutely eventually get you. Rob going back up to get revenge while Alex checks his mountain checks that Rob already did. Trying to get that fairy. It's been really difficult.
That fairy did not want to get caught.
Yeah, a lesser known enemy is the fairy. Does not like to cooperate sometimes. Like, what was on the floating island? I missed that.
It looked like a red rupee, I think. Nothing that I know about. Yeah, nothing interesting.
I assumed it was nothing considering neither runner went up there to get it, and I know both saw, so.
Okay, so we did see a Castle Tower small key drop on Moldorm. Rob with his 3rd crystal. Be interesting to see if Alex goes into Castle Tower with that small key. We'd get him a half magic, which is nice, but I'm more interested in seeing what the second item is, which is not in logic without a lamp, but with Fire Rod, it's pretty easy to get. And if it's an important item, it might be a while before Rob goes back in there to get the second item.
Oh yeah, that's true, for sure. And that might be the play that he needs to do. Getting Spiral Cave here. Bootsless Spiral Cave, another favorite
Yeah.
of every runner.
There's a lot of climbing up and down the mountain in
Yep.
inverted. There's just so many things you have to hit from falling down. And a small key to desert,
Well,
which we can't even enter.
we can't do anything without that book.
When Desert Palace is a pendant, I just don't ever want to see the book. The book doesn't show up, then Pet is dead. Tablets are dead, desert's dead, everything associated with just
the
a whole lot
longer
of
that
things you
book
just don't have
gets
to worry
delayed,
about.
the less you have to worry about doing those one-offs over there.
Yeah, the later you get it, the worse it is though, because all of a sudden you have all these things coming.
It's hard to route in.
So much worse, yeah. It's so much worse in inverted.
Oh, for sure. Oh, stinking inverted! How dare you?
I think we're gonna get a mushroom turn in here.
Oh yeah. You know, I'm gonna say mushroom to shovel. That's what I'm gonna say. It's my guess for mushroom.
Oh, it'd be terrible.
Maybe I should
Alex,
stop guessing mean things. We'll see.
Alex, getting the hair pot, gonna go ahead and finish what he can of this dungeon.
Yep. It's a crystal. We know that, and he knows that too. So.
Just a compass.
Save the frames. He doesn't.
Yeah, I would have done that. I don't know if he did that off of save and quit. I would have done that off of save and quit and just reset.
And keep it in case you want to fake powder or something.
In case there's a reason to fake powder later.
Yeah. No, I like that play. You might as well conserve it if you know for sure you're not going to get it. And if for some reason you were just desperate to go back and get that compass, which you know is not going to happen, you have that option still.
The bad thing, so that mushroom, like I early fetch quests just often seem to pay out. This one did not, and that was one of the first items we saw because it was in Mire Shed.
Yeah, that's right. We've had that mushroom for a really long time.
Yep. It's just
easy to forget.
It's so much harder to turn in inverted, especially because that flute doesn't take you there. It takes you to the Dark World version.
And you don't have a mirror. So yeah.
Uncle just giving us a little bit of cash.
Well, thanks a lot. Inheritance money. Lots of cash here.
Let's see, going into the castle.
Alex doing his bootsless spiral cave now.
It could be worse. At least you have a hook shot to kill everything from afar. And
yeah, the hook shot in this run right here, or this cave, is really nice.
I'm gonna see escape from Rob.
Yeah, and now we have fire rod. Does that put the back of escape or the dark cross in logic, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Because we have torches all along the way to light it up, and so it becomes in logic.
All right. Yeah. So I'd imagine you go do that, but you might. Yeah.
Yeah, you do it.
Because it's with key sanity, you can't just like logic it out, right?
No.
You can't just be like, oh, I got these other things, so there's dark crosses out. You gotta be careful with orphaning too much.
It might not be anything good, but it is a something. It's not a dungeon item. Alex still not rescuing the old man.
Alex, why do you hate the old man?
If Eastern is nothing and the big key doesn't lead to nothing and he never rescues the old man, that's time saved.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It is kind of a terrible check, and you have Flute just go there. So I can see the argument for not doing it, but the save and quit there is often nice anyway, so I'm a little surprised he hasn't done it yet.
Alex going to pick up his half magic very shortly here.
And we're very, very curious what comes up now. Now this next check he's doing is not in logic with the fire rod. It's kind of ironic because the difficult rooms have torches, so they're not that hard. But this room here, which is a very easy room, does not have a torch, and therefore this is not in logic with fire rod.
Yeah, but it can be done.
There's that fire rod torch.
Goodness gracious.
And a small key to
Ganon's
GT.
tower.
That's not very interesting.
No, not really. depending on how deep into
I mean,
GT
unless
you're
GT,
going
yeah.
to go. I guess you'd have to have. I could be wrong. But I guess you'd have to have like the worst GT ever.
No, you don't need.
But even then,
in this
right?
mode, you're likely getting your GT big key outside of GT, and you don't need any small keys.
It would
to
have
do
to
climb.
be the worst case scenario.
Yeah, you don't have. Yeah, the worst case scenario. The only way that small key matters, assuming we don't find any other GT smalls, is if the big key happens to be in the fire bar room. Or the map chest in GT, because that was locked by 4 small keys. But this being this version of the key sanity, not having the GT B key automatically in GT, that is so unlikely, and it's so unlikely that everything would conspire to make that even matter, because there's 2 other GT smalls out there that we're bound to find. Because you can walk into GT in key sanity modes, and if you have the big key and no smalls, you just go down and grab the pot key, and then you climb and grab the helmet key, and you're fine.
Yeah, you're done. You go do the ending of the game.
And let's see, Alex is. Let's see, that was. Oh, we get to see Hookshot Cave. I don't think we've seen Hookshot Cave yet.
Yeah, we haven't yet. So this will be.
Right, because Rob was up here with the hookshot, but didn't have a glove. Card container. Compass. To a dungeon we hope to never go to.
Yep.
Bombos.
Bombos
is, I mean, that's gives us Meyer entrance. We do need it. It is for Meyer. Oh, and the big key to Hera right after we did Hera. That feels bad.
Yep. We saw those sword slashes.
And I think Alex might open up Turtle Rock here. He's going to open it up. I don't know if he's going to go in or not. But I think we've done most everything else here, so I think we're going to actually go in.
We might need to go in here, yeah. You're right. And again, another one of those changes might be worth noting. You can just walk up on the tail. That's not in the normal game. This is for inverted, so they can actually get up
I like the tail. I like walking up the tail.
I do. I wish you could do it in the other versions, too. I don't know. It's cute and wholesome, and I like it.
Okay, so there's 3 checks that Alex can do here without even burning a small key. If he gets something good, maybe you leave. Or you can go a little further and get a few extra checks as well.
Yeah, both plays would make sense, assuming you get something good. But 3 bombs isn't what you're looking for right now.
If you don't get anything good, I think you continue.
Yes. The child version of me hated this room. I hated this room. I could never do it. The first time I saw a speedrunner do that trick with the hookshot, I was my mouth hit the floor. I was like, "You could just do that? Come on!"
Careful, Alex.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay, he's fine now. You just take
using
a death
cape
warp.
straps.
Yeah, I think you just take a death warp now. We'll get a 3rd small key.
Oh, ice balance key. Okay.
So now we have 3 small keys for Turtle Rock.
Yeah. So I suspect you just keep going deeper.
There's that Hera big key for Rob, having also just done Tower of Hera.
Yeah, really awkward timing on that key.
Sure is.
All right. Say hello to the chain chomps. The only ones that show up in the game, unless you're doing Randomizer, of course.
Yeah, chain chomps like to show up everywhere in.
They do.
Yeah. Okay, so Alex is just going to stop at chain chomps. Doesn't want to have to make a decision of whether to do the lava chest or not. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Hoping to find a mirror.
We'll see how deep Rob decides to go into Turtle Rock. So what's left? Did we go pod and see what we can get there?
Pod has stuff. Eastern. Pod and Eastern. We
do have that big key.
Alex, rescuing the old man.
Oh, look at him.
I mean, to be fair, it's not in logic, but, it's probably better that he does this now, gets that big key. Yeah, Eastern, I mean, it's going to be 6
because if he goes over to Pod and he doesn't, and Pod doesn't have anything and he feels like he needs to go into Eastern, at least that's full clearable. Yeah. You can check everything.
Full clearable, 5 things in logic. The big key chest not in logic without the lamp, because, again, even though it's what I consider the easiest dark room of the game, There's no torches to light up, so it's not in logic.
Yes. And so yeah, you might not get the item you're searching for, but it definitely can be done.
Yeah,
if
and
I
you're
can
gonna
do that dark room, anybody can.
Yeah, at this point in time, if you go into Eastern, you're gonna do the dark room because you don't want to ever have to come back.
Oh yeah, especially with the pendant and all that. Like, yeah, you're not ever coming back there unless it's the last thing on your list.
Also gives Alex the chance to turn in that green pendant so we can find out if Ice Palace actually had anything.
Ooh, that's exciting. I'm hoping the dream is alive for Ice Palace. We'll see.
Now, it'll be interesting to see if Rob gets sucked into Ice Palace after doing these checks, and is going to continue on. Okay, well, never mind. This is not the point where Alex stopped. It's after this. Okay, are we continuing?
Or is Tracy a liar?
No, we are continuing. Okay, so this probably is go to Laser Bridge. You probably skip the lava chest here. That's usually standard practice, is skip that lava chest, that other 4-key logical item.
Yeah, I mean, it's do I want this one chest or like 4 others, 5 others?
Yeah.
So it makes sense
and be able
to
finish the dungeon.
Yeah, exactly.
You can.
So it's having both of those rods and everything else you need. Yeah, you want to try and finish this dungeon if you can.
But you do need to steal this key. Oh, this is bold. He's going. Oh my god. Okay, this is really surprising. Is it something good? It's just arrows. No. Oh.
So if something's on Laser Bridge, that's gonna delay him quite a bit, I think.
I mean, he can get to Laser Bridge, but he can't do the boss.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's worse.
This is really awkward. So
yeah, because my god.
So he could choose to not go past Crystal Roller, which then, and hope that you get here to do the back, and then you don't have to get the last small key.
But you're really banking on that mirror showing up.
Yeah, or you just go do Laser Bridge and you hope for that small key. So it'll be really interesting to see what Rob chooses.
Okay, Saha, what have you got for us today? Okay, that was the silvers.
That feels bad.
Yeah, that did.
Oh, that's too bad.
Silver's on Rob, to be clear.
Yeah.
On Rob's side there.
I was paying too much attention to the green pendant turn-in, but I figured that's what was going on.
Yeah.
We do have powder, which is
dumb.
nice. We do have powder, which is nice, and we can turn that in whenever.
Yep.
Back to Thieves Town. Okay, so Rob is going to not do Laser Bridge right now. And he's going to hope that mirror does show up.
Yeah, for his sake, I hope it shows up pretty soon here. Maybe we'll see it in Eastern.
Yeah, or the other small key. If the other small key shows up, then it'll just be a bit of a time loss. Looks like he's going to do Thieves Town now.
Yeah, because another thing to note is that the way the logic works out, it expects you to be like the worst at the game.
Yes.
So you won't ever be soft locked.
Right. Yeah, the game assumes that, I mean, if you're ever confused on key logic, and key logic is very confusing, the one rule of thumb is that the game expects you to use the keys in the worst way possible. So if there's one key for 2 doors, whatever's behind those doors is not in logic. And so far, Eastern not really paying out.
Nope. Everything might be in pod. But there's still some checks here in Eastern, so it's not 100% dead, and you can full clear it, so...
2-pod small keys gets us a lot logically.
Yeah.
And gets us even more out of logic.
And these runners can do all that, for sure. All those fancy tricks let you skip over things and
now,
bomb
if
jump
I'm
over
Alex,
all over the
I'd
place.
really like to find a 3rd pod key.
Yeah,
then I could
it would be really convenient.
Because right now, he could do the boss, and the boss has a crystal, and there's some value in that. But there's so many checks in the back that are in logic, and the boss is not in logic. And then there's those extra checks you can do in the back that are out of. There's 3 extra checks you can do beyond the in logic stuff in the back. So a third small key, he could choose to go to the back and just get all the stuff that's logically. The 3 versus 2 doesn't change anything logically. But then also use that third small key to go do the boss, and then you're basically leaving Harmless Hellway and Pod big key chest.
Right, which isn't too much. Definitely.
Which are behind 6 pod small keys anyway, so there's a good chance that they don't matter that much.
We're gonna see Rob finish up Thieves Town. And this is the Alex making his way to the part that is technically out of logic, but obviously anybody could do this.
But you do it anyway, and you're really happy you did. I mean, those boots might not block anything, but damn, you sure want to have them.
But they are nice to find, especially before your opponent finds them.
Yeah.
Not that Alex knows this, but it is a good thing that he found it long before his opponent will, presumably. Grab that key and make his way up while Rob destroys Blind. Just absolutely eviscerates him. Well done, Rob.
Yeah, he was prepared with that red potion, but he wasn't going to need it.
He didn't need, nah. Why even waste the frames to menu to it when you're as good as Rob? Yep. So if there is something on the Armos Knights here, Rob will have a slightly easier time taking him down when he makes his way over here, just because he picked up those silvers. But it's not going to be some huge time save. Just a nice little bit of convenience.
Yeah, and I think Rob is going to go ahead and do Eastern right now.
Just a heart piece.
Okay, so nothing doing in Eastern other than boots. So ironically, things pointing to Eastern end up being the one only useful item was the one out of logic.
Yep. That is so... Oh, that is so randomizer.
Yeah, hey, here's a 5 out of 6 logical dungeon you can do. Go do it. But the one thing you want is out of logic, so...
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it's ever the question of like, wait, should I break logic or shouldn't I? Because sometimes breaking logic can really kind of put you out, and then sometimes it'll give you this huge advantage.
Now, that one you absolutely you break that.
You
logic
do every
single
time for sure. Yeah, it's so easy right there.
Actually, let me put it a different way. So if you skip that chest, you're not skipping it because it's out of logic. You're skipping it because it takes time.
Yeah, and you have go mode already, so yeah.
Well, no. Some people will gamble on that chest having nothing. That has happened, and it has bit people, and it has worked for people, and just like any other skip, left side swamp, left side misery mire, like all those things. But if you're skipping it, you're not skipping it because you don't have a lamp. You're skipping it because it's slow. You don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we going? Where is Alex going? Did not decide to go into pod.
No, surprising. It's a pretty dense check right now for him, and he was right there. Where is he going?
Oh,
we can't do head check. Oh, powder. Check. Yeah, might be a powder. Well, we'll see if Rob decides to do pod after Eastern. And we're going to see the powder check very shortly here. That mirror still being pretty stubborn.
Okay. There is a small key here. This could be the...
Oh, that's right. He got his boots, so he must want that.
So
I mean, if this is a pod key, then
useful.
we were wrong to suggest pod. No, it's Misery.
Misery Mire. Misery Mire, the left side of Misery Mire technically blocked by 3 Misery Mire small keys, but that's not usually very relevant.
Yeah.
We actually don't need any Misery Mire small keys to beat the dungeon in full clear, so you don't really want to see them. Okay, what do we got?
What does
on
that
powder?
have for us? Something good. I'm on the edge of my seat here. Oh,
20
yeah.
rupees.
Oh, that wouldn't be the go mode 20 rupees, right?
No.
No, okay. Well, that's too bad for Alex then.
Now he might do boots checks now. He can do
Yeah, bonk rocks,
there's
right?
only bonk rocks, and he can check what's on lumberjack.
Oh, that's. Wait, is lumber? Oh, yeah, he can check what's on it. He can't get it
He
yet.
can't get it. Yeah. For it to be, they need another small key to even consider going up there. And logically, you'd have the lamp. But I mean,
it's so easy
if
to
this item,
forget.
if this item is really good, you just do Castle Tower with Fire Rod.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But you still need the small key. So even if this is, the mirror, for instance, you're not doing it right now. It's a cart container.
Nope.
We're never doing it.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world in which either runner is that desperate for life. So
Yep.
we're gonna not be doing a Gaina. I'm sorry, Aghanim rather. It's so easy to forget that we hadn't even gotten a check there yet, because of how early it is in more standard modes.
Oh, there's
no!
that bug. Okay, so now
The
we go. I think we have to go to the desert area.
Oh man,
there's some
our
checks we
worst
could have done
nightmare.
earlier, but yeah, there's that book, and we're just a Ice Palace big key away from Ped being in Logic.
Ooh. Yeah, we just got our book, so no Ped check yet. Ped could still be alive. Maybe that's why he didn't do Dark Palace, or Palace of Darkness, because he didn't have that big key.
Force yelling at me again.
I believe.
we need Desert Big as well. So.
Oh yeah.
But that's two big keys that we need that are getting us closer, and there's not a lot that we can do right now. We don't have no mirror for Swamp Palace. We have Bombos to get into Misery Mire. Can't clear it.
My goodness, yeah. No Swamp Palace. We still don't have mirrors, so options are starting to get pretty limited.
That mirror is really hiding well from us.
Where could it be?
Yeah, I would head over to the Desert Mire area next, or dip back into Pod. I kind of like the Desert Mire area better, just because more pod keys, better pod.
Yeah, it'll make it go much smoother.
We can still get into Desert and do 4 checks. We can get into Mire and we can do, I guess, 6 checks.
Yeah,
2 of them out of
denser
Logic
play.
small
And
keys.
have either checked Agina yet?
No.
Yeah,
No,
so
we have not seen that entire corner of the map. We have not seen.
Yeah, so there's a lot to do over there, and of course, Alex could have checked Bombos. No, he can now, because of inverted, right? You can just walk over there. So there's that too, which makes it a
and
even more
Checkerboard Cave is there. There's a bunch of stuff we can do here. And Rob's about to get the same same book.
Yep. It's a desert book, I guess.
It is a desert book because we need it specifically for desert.
For desert, yeah.
And we get a small
That's how I associate it. Okay, well, that's... Thanks. Thanks, Seed, for the shield, I guess. And we'll see what it gains.
The most useful thing that you can do with the shield is fight blind with the red shield. We've already done that.
Yes, when you have that, but that's been done already, so...
Been there, done that. Not going to help us for that in the future. Oh, a small key to Turtle Rock. Okay, that's... Okay, that's our 4th TR small.
Rob needs that desperately.
Yeah,
let's hope he goes over
really
there.
Good.
Oh, we're going to get a Ped check, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not unreasonable. He hasn't done Ice Palace. So a little bit
is-
more relevant in the sense of
yeah.
whether you might go into Ice Palace or not. Although Ice Palace being green pendant.
Yeah, so the longer because we know that leads to nothing. So the longer he puts that
Yeah.
off,
The only way,
yeah.
the only way he has to do Ice Palace is if this is something.
What did that say?
Aghanim halfway unlocked, so that's his castle tower small key. So
Oh.
so Pet's dead.
That is dead. Man, it was one item on the lumberjack cave away from being just a glorious ped seed.
Yeah, I mean, unless you really want an extra heart container, you're not doing that.
Could you imagine the desperation? I just can't beat Ganon without that 20th heart.
Meantime, we will get 4 items out of here. That's not useful. Blue rupee.
Nope. Definitely not what we're searching for. Come on now. That compass tracker up there for those that maybe needed a visual from what we were talking about earlier. The compass actually will track how many checks or how many items are in a
desert
dungeon.
I find is the dungeon I want the compass in the most is honestly Ice Palace. If there's ever a dungeon I can't count, it's Ice Palace. Desert's usually not too bad.
Yeah, these early ones are pretty easy. A lot of
and still
nothing.
Still nothing. Small key could be useful.
Pod, maybe.
Pod, swamp. Skullwoods.
So probably one of the most useless ones we could have found. But okay.
Yeah. Can't do the big chest. That's it. That's all we got out of desert. That's everything.
Oh, that is painful.
So yeah, not a whole lot in desert.
We haven't seen what's on the ledge down here.
No, I don't think we have. So Alex is going to show us that, and then probably go into Mire.
Yeah, and if nothing's in Mire, then our stuff's in pod, right?
Oh, it's a pod small.
Okay, that's what you want.
That's a really good pod small. We could also finish Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what Alex
might be doing. Okay. So Turtle Rock, and maybe then he goes pod. It makes sense to kind of delay Mire at this point until you can have the big key and stuff.
Yeah, he's got enough good stuff to do that later. Ideally, you don't want to, it'd be nice to not doubled up something.
Yes, absolutely. And of course, Mire is one of the best ones. When you have the big key and you're in go mode, you just straight to the back. You don't need to do all the rigmarole that Mire wants you to do.
Okay, Alex is going to do Spike Cave before we do anything in terms of Pod or Turtle Rock.
I always forget about Spike Cave.
Pointing out that we haven't done anything in the Zora area.
Yeah, we still have the waterfall, cave, Zora, the ledge. There's lots to do. Catfish, but
I don't think we've done any flippers checks because I don't think we've even seen the Man Under the Bridge. We haven't touched following those flippers, other than the Ice Palace play that Alex did earlier.
I'd imagine that they're waiting to get Mirror before doing that, but
Mirror, because you could combine Catfish and
that's the one thing, like Catfish
Zora,
is just
nice.
Always out of the way. Anytime you can just kind of lump that in with the Zora checks, it's nice.
If you could lump it in, it'd be better. But in Invert, it's a little less out of the way because you can flute to 2 and get relatively close.
Oh my god, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you could just flute there, which
and
also,
Yeah, you'll see, once you have a glove, you can get there. You'll see some runners, if they get the glove early inverted, they'll check it pretty early.
All right, we're going to see the ending to...
We're going to see, this is going to be a full Turtle Rock clear from Alex.
Absolutely. The exciting conclusion to Turtle Rock. We had to find out next time when Rob went in, but this time we're gonna get the full.
And Alex is even
episode.
gonna get what I think are 10 arrows on Lava Chest because he's got all four small keys. I think we're gonna find a mirror here. I'm gonna call it right now. Because
that could be the case.
It's really conspicuous that we have everything we need to do Turtle Rock in the normal fashion.
Yes, and it's probably the worst place that you could get the mirror, considering this is one of the best reasons. One of the best things about Inverted is the fact that you get mirror into Turtle Rock, and then Turtle Rock's like, no, what, you thought you were going to have any convenience? Not on my watch.
And shout outs to Powdered, Alex, with only 3 hearts, but 4 anti-fairies.
Oh, right
we'll
there.
Make quick work with we'll heal him up really
That was
quick.
cathartic. I loved seeing that. Okay.
Link Force, our tracker, is saying that the man under the bridge has been done by one of our runners, which is fine because like I'm the one that always says that doesn't really pair in with the rest of the flippers checks anyway. So because they're so far apart and they're so slow to get from one to the other.
I suppose you have a good point because the only thing in common is that you swim to them.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. But
that's it. That's all.
Still, it's like it's one thing that I for so long it was just you do that and then Zora and you're usually fake flippering at, you know, in an open seat or something. But so I definitely get the association. All right, so I didn't actually see. Did Rob go in to get the key from his Turtle Rock key from Agina?
Yes, he's got all 4 Turtle Rock keys. So
and it looks
can
like
go
he's going to be
finish
doing
this dungeon
that.
now.
Okay.
He may. Looks like maybe not. Looks like maybe he's going to bet on something.
He changed his mind.
Oh, catfish. Yeah, this is catfish.
It might have been just a misclick, trying to flute here instead of the mountain.
Or maybe he just wants to do catfish.
Yeah, it could have entered his mind. He was like, actually, you know what? Catfish sounds pretty good right about now.
Okay,
now, is Mirror here on Catfish? Because that would be pretty good. That'd be good for Rob.
Yeah, this Turtle Rock play no longer in logic without a lamp. Maybe this will be... No, I was about to say maybe this will be the lamp, but no, it's just 10 arrows.
How do you do this dark room with... like, I know you can. I'm sure there's like a setup, and I'm sure that people are going to be like...
It's one of the easier ones. Yeah. Well, the key is that you can hold your directional input. You don't have to... Yeah. If you had to hit the directional input on the little nodes... that would be a nightmare. Like that'd be just a terrible dark room to do. You just need to know the pattern of when. I guess it's just
a memory game at that point, which is definitely doable.
Okay, small key to Skull Woods. I didn't see what that first thing was, but I don't think it was anything useful.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Misery Mire. We don't need Misery Mire keys. And Hyrule Castle.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Hey,
all
Hyrule Castle key.
Relevant, logically speaking, but none are useful.
Yeah, nothing to write home about. What a disappointing conclusion to Turtle Rock. Unless, of course... Oh, we got another pod here. Okay.
And a B.
Yippee.
So that's 4 pod small keys for Rob, which... See, was he the one that went to pod early?
Yes, he was.
Okay. So
in fact, I'm pretty confident
so 4 keys would still force him to leave something behind. Because he's already opened the front door.
Yeah, he wasted that key.
Now, I don't expect that Alex is going to do any differently. Would probably just leave the key chest. But just relevant that he has the option and Rob does not. So nothing at Zora. Are we going to get a mirror here on Trinex?
Oh.
Because we're starting to run out of things.
Or it's just everything's in pod right now.
Yeah.
Or one mirror in pod and the rest is in... I mean, what do we need for go mode at this point?
We need a Mire big key. We need a mirror. We need a Swamp Small.
Okay. We're getting close, but...
And we need a GT big key. GT big key has not shown up. And this is not the version where the GT big key is guaranteed in... Yeah, Rob's gonna go to Ice Palace. I kind of.
Oh, this is gonna be unfortunate because he needs to make up the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the pod keys and Turtle Rock still completable, it makes sense to go there.
And we know he's not gonna find it. So it's really easy for us to say.
Absolutely.
This is not the play to make because we know there's nothing there. If he had the big key, I'd like this a lot more because that would give him the extra check that Alex was unable to do. But the fact is, he does have other pretty decent options on the table. Okay, Hera. We got to go back to Hera, I think.
I guess so, yeah.
Now we have Hera big and Hera small. I think you got to do it. Yeah, you can't lift that.
Don't have mitts.
You need mitts to go that way.
So easy to forget walking out of Turtle Rock and being like, of course I can lift these dark rocks. Now it's inverted, so... You didn't need mitts to get in there.
So you have to go this way and then hook shot all the way around.
Yeah, it's
But
Without that mirror, it's pretty
mean, at
brutal.
this point, I mean, that's kind of all you got from... You got the small key, and you already got the big key elsewhere, so it's 2 checks.
Yeah, and you're already on the mountain, so it makes sense to just get this out of your mind. I'm not terribly surprised to see the pod delay, but I have this sneaking suspicion that some useful things are in pod.
Yeah, it's starting to look more and more like that.
Yeah, this is especially bad for Rob, considering that green pendant might also tempt him to go to Sahasrara, which he already checked. I believe. I know he did Eastern.
Yeah, he was there.
So
he's been there.
He's been over there, and that's just going to be more of a time waste. But
that's not that big a deal. In fact, might get him to pod if pod is the answer.
Oh yeah, that might
it might actually work out well.
Yeah, you never know. Excellent point. Okay, everybody get ready for one of the most exciting, high-octane rooms in the entire game.
No, we're doing big chest first.
Oh, we're doing big chest first.
We're gonna Herapod up, fall down, grab the big chest, fall down the hole, and then go to the tower room. Rob gets his cape. Cape's a nice item, especially if we don't end up on find another sword. We're still on Master Sword. And just a shield in the big chest. Now we fall down a couple holes. And now we get to do
the best. Just everybody get ready. If you have a seat, hold on to it. It's going to be really exciting down here. Twelfth heart, I believe, for Rob.
We're not lacking for health right now.
No,
I mean, it's pretty normal for inverted. I mean, you start out really low, but then there comes a point in the game where it really isn't that different than regular because you have the things.
Yeah, and depending on how the seed plays out, some runners get close to 100%ing the hearts. All right, cold stare while Alex sips his coffee.
Yeah, Rob didn't try and save any of his fire rod shots, nor did he use bombos. I really like to use bombos here if I can. If I don't have
a lot of magic, right? Doing it that way.
Yeah, because we don't have. I mean, if you have tempered sword, or especially if you have gold sword, small key to. Okay, it's an item we need. So yay!
Yeah.
We didn't waste our time, but
it's not a waste of time. No, so that at least feels good.
It opens nothing. It opens nothing right now. We need a mirror for that to be useful.
Oh my goodness. Swamp, of course, just always being one of those dungeons. Like, you just need pretty much everything to get into it.
Okay, so it looks like Alex is going to go Mystery Mire.
We're going to see Mire. Really, they just...
I mean,
Alex is allergic to pod right now.
It's 6 items. Like, there's no...
It's definitely a good play. It's a good
3
choice.
small keys, so the left side is completely in logic.
While Rob seemingly going to check out what the green pendant has and then hopefully go into pod and we'll see some...
Yep. We'll maybe see pod.
Yeah. We'll get to see a nice little diversion here, or diversion of pathways. There you go. There's your 1 rupee. Thanks for doing Ice Palace.
For green rupee.
Appreciate you taking care of Cold Stare for me. Here's your pay. Oh, Saha.
Okay, I think Rob's going to go ahead and do... This has got to be the Turtle Rock play, I think.
Yeah. This is definitely Turtle Rock, so we'll see that while Alex shows us what's in Mire.
Hopefully he follows the Hera keys back into Hera afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Took me a Spike Cave first, but that's fine. Because again, that basement is hard required. We do, regardless of what our go mode ends up being, which at this rate is going to. Oh, Alex!
Oh no!
Switch. Okay.
I hate to see
regardless, where the mirror is, you do need that small key to get into Swamp.
Yeah, it's very important because in Swamp Palace, that the first door you approach, for anybody that doesn't know, is a locked door. So that's in a key sanity mode. It makes Swamp even harder to get into than
Yeah,
needing
in
like 4
regular
different
mode,
items.
and that's why in the regular modes you always get a small key in that first chest.
Yeah, the logic sort of makes it where you can't get anything else, and not so in key sanity.
Here we go. Here's some divergence. Rob is gonna. Okay, maybe not. I thought
Rob making a liar out of you again.
Yeah,
I thought so too. I was right there with you. I was like, pod. We're gonna get a pyramid check.
We haven't seen pyramid.
Maybe.
Yeah, we haven't seen pyramid ledge. We can't do pyramid fairy in this mode without the mirror. So we're not gonna see that.
Do we have our crystals for it?
Oh, it's a big key.
Oh,
that's gonna be a useful one, most likely.
Misery Mire.
That's a big one.
That's good for Rob.
Yeah, so Rob is going to be all. Yeah, so
right?
he just goes to Mire now.
Yeah, he just finishes that up.
Which is a guaranteed double dip for Alex now.
That's frustrating. Well,
so this is the kind of thing that Rob needs to get himself back into this.
Absolutely, that was a big find for him. So, turns out going fairy was.
Hello, lamp.
Yeah, hello. Where are you doing in there, you silly lamp?
That was available to us a long time ago too.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that was just there.
We've had Mire entry for a while. We had a very early hook shot, and the Mambos was pretty early.
That was a little bit surprising. And at this point, you're like, well, I mean, thanks, I guess, but where's my mirror?
I mean, honestly, though, you haven't done any of the dark rooms. So, except Alex has done Turtle Rock, but the lamp doesn't actually speed that up if you know how to do it properly. I often joke that the lamp slows me down because I'll stop and pick up the refills. But because you don't want to do that without
that option, really.
I mean, the option's there, but good luck.
But yeah, exactly. That's so much extra memorization for a little refill.
Yeah, and timing and stuff. But we haven't finished Pod, so that lamp will help you there. We haven't finished Mire, the lamp will help you there. Yeah, those are the two spots that it'll matter. We have silver, so torch glitch is not a big deal.
All right.
Oh, did we get a mirror out of? We got a mirror out of Mire. Oh my god.
It looks like that's the case. We finally got our mirror. It was.
So we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see some swamp action.
Thank you, Link Force. Please yell at me as much as you'd like.
No, yeah, it is actually much appreciated.
Yeah, it's so. I don't know how the trackers do it. I'm just gonna be honest with you because
they don't have to talk. They don't get distracted by saying dumb things.
I do like the sound of my own voice, so that's kind of part of the problem. But
we do have. We do have the best trackers here.
We do. It's
very much among them.
It's invaluable to have that information to be able to look down and be like, okay, so what did I miss?
And we get mitts, which honestly, I don't know that I want to find mitts at this point.
Yeah.
They don't really open a whole lot.
Because that's just like, well, maybe you should go check the blacksmith then. And you're like,
Mirror does the smiths just as well as the mitts do. The only thing the mitts hard
you
lock
can sneak in.
Is King's Tomb, which is kind of out of the way at this point.
Oh yeah, and if Ganon's tower, if the big key to Ganon's tower is in there.
Yeah, we are still missing a big key. We could this could come down to a big key hunt.
Yeah, which
never feels good.
No, it doesn't. Because you're probably thinking like, oh, wherever the big key is, my opponent got it way before I did. Okay, now Rob's going to be able to actually complete Misery Mire here, making good use of that big key.
Yeah, and with silver arrows, this will be a pretty easy fight. Not even going to bother with the magic refill, because with the silver arrows, you really don't need it.
Yeah, silver arrows can make, especially Vitreous, but a lot of bosses just a joke.
Yeah, it really shines the most here for sure. It has been argued, and I would agree. It shines more on Vitreous than even on Ganon.
You know what? I'm going to agree with you there just because of how how easy it makes Vitreous compared to any other loadout. Just having silvers, you're just going to make sure you have enough arrows and you're good. He's gone in like before you can blink.
So we are down knowledge-wise. We're just missing the GT big key.
That's literally it.
That's all we're missing right now.
Where are you?
Obviously, Alex has to go get his Misery Mire's big key over at Pyramid Ledge. That mirror will probably help him because now it opens up Pyramid Fairy, so he could do those all at the same time.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be good for him.
I could easily see him doing that together next, so he should get his Mire key at that point. And then, I mean, obviously, logically, some pod smalls would help. In case that GT big key is somewhere dumb in pod.
That's the thing right there is like it could just be deep into pod and you want to just sort of rush to Helmasaur at this point, but you need that key. You can't just be orphaning things.
Oh, a Tempered Sword on Vinny.
Okay.
That just made Ganon a lot better. So nice, both our runners are going to get that, so we'll have a nice even Ganon fight.
No advantage to either runner there for sure. But it'll make Ganon a little more smooth.
Another pod small there on the left side.
Okay.
So now pod full clearable. No, wait, no. Alex doesn't have the 5th pod small that was, I want to say, Waterfall Fairy. It was in the Zora area for sure.
Yes, I think you're right. I think it was the left side of the Waterfall Fairy.
And Rob's trying to decide what to do next. Probably also going to follow Alex into Swamp.
Yeah, it makes sense to do Swamp right now, since you finally got your mirror.
They'll still have to go back and finish Turtle Rock. No, wait, he doesn't have the small key. He hasn't done Hera Basement yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But so he's just going to do the first chest here, and that's it. So that's a little unfortunate.
No. Oh, man.
I mean, so far he hasn't missed any items in here. And if he managed to get that in go mode, he can save time that way. There's our last pod small between the two runners. So that's 5 for Alex. So if he never goes to the Zora area, he will not be missing that pod small and be able to full clear.
Yeah, because he didn't unlock the front.
Wait, were the mitts the first item or the second?
At first.
Okay, so he is going to get mitts. So that'll make Turtle Rock easier for him to get back to, and that's at least super useful.
Oh, you got to go get your swamp key, bud.
Okay, so he's going to do pod first. I actually quite like this.
It makes sense for him, for sure. The problem is he might last location that swamp key, and this is a crystal. Yeah,
I mean, you do it. I mean, he's got to figure that Alex has already done Turtle Rock, and if the thing is there, the big thing is where's that GT big key? I'm trying to think, where does it need to be for Rob to still be in this? Is
oh goodness, it would. That's a good question.
Because he's still not going to be able to full clear pod here because he already opened the front door.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, what? Oh,
he's gonna have a quicker Turtle Rock, and Alex has to go back to Myra. So I call that about a wash. But he's got to go get that. I mean, that tile room in Hera is such a terrible check.
It is, and him not doing it is rough. Because didn't he go in to get the big chest?
No.
So he just hasn't gone. I don't know. I thought he went to Hera, which is why I assumed that he had the key.
He cleared. They both cleared it out of logic without the big key, and then got the big key over near desert. I want to say in checkerboard.
But Rob hasn't gone back since getting the big key to check the big chest.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Okay. So that might be enough incentive to be like, well, there's 2 things I missed here. Because I was under the impression he got that big chest and then just orphaned the basement.
So, see, after he does this, probably goes back to Turtle Rock because he doesn't have another good crystal, can't even do anything more in desert. So he's gonna beat Helma, and then probably do the back of pod and get the checks that he hasn't done there. Probably orphans the big key chest. So if that's GT Big Key, then that's really bad for me. Alex did not do Pyramid Fairy.
Really bad, yeah.
Okay.
No, he didn't. No, so
I thought he would do Pyramid Fairy plus Pyramid Ledge, get his Meyer Big Key, which of course he doesn't know is there, but it's 3 checks.
There.
And then do that into pod. But no, it looks like he just wants to go straight into pod.
This might work out for him, depending, because there was, apart from that key, there wasn't really anything I remember in the Zora area.
Well, I don't think he's touching it. Alex doing Zora would mean we're really on the big key hunt. I gotta believe you do Pyramid Fairy first. But we'll see. In fact, you might even see Rob do Pyramid Fairy after he's done with pod here, because he's got the ability to do it too with that mirror. We've had those red crystals for a long time. Oh, that's the thing you don't want to find is that Desert Palace Big Key. And if Rob does clear the rest of this dungeon, and it is the one that he skips, which would be the logical one to skip here, he will not get baited back into that Desert Palace.
So unless really Big Key, Ganon's
unless the Big
Tower,
Key is behind that, that's really good for Rob.
Yeah. Oh, Key Sanity, just messing with my brain. I'm like running through my head. Wait, what does this mean if you get this and you go here?
And chat rightly pointing out that the Big Key is probably at this point just in GT. And that's, there's 22 locations there, just like in normal.
It might just end up being in its vanilla location.
Yeah, that might be the thing that gets Rob back into this, is if Alex bets on GT Big Key being in GT. And it just isn't there, and Rob finds it. Like that's won races for people before. So
that would be big for Rob for sure. Now, of course, if Alex bets on that and ends up being right, then that's but that's part of the gamble, right?
Yep. But both still missing a very important key. Alex is missing the Meyer Big Key that's sitting on the pyramid. Which I don't think he's going to be missing for much longer, because Pyramid Fairy is going to look awfully good after this. And that will get him the Pyramid Ledge as well.
He needs to get that.
And Rob is missing the Swamp Small that's hanging out in Hera Basement. And both runners did Hera Basement, or did Hera relatively early without either key. Which, the small key doesn't put anything in logic in Hera except literally that one chest. But they didn't have the big key either, so it ends up being 2 checks that they orphaned. And, so it makes it a little bit better to come back to, because you're getting 2 things, although the one is really slow.
Missing that bomb jump there.
Yeah, I didn't see, if he had that set up properly.
I can't tell, personally.
Okay, yeah, that the bomb looks correct, so if you got the first part... You want the second part, the second part is really easy in terms of being able to tell, because you want 3 pixels of that bomb shadow, and if you see any of the bomb on it, that means you're 4 or more pixels up. The first part of the setup is a lot more difficult to explain, because it involves the pattern on the wall being correct. So it's
just describe that for us, Tracy. What does that look like?
No, it's much more difficult to describe. But if anybody, I've got pictures of it provided by Koi. I better shout him out if I'm going to use his strats. So Pod had nothing.
Yeah. Pod had nothing.
Except that, Pod had nothing but that Desert Big Key, which unless it leads to the GT Big Key, is not what we want to find.
So it looks like Rob might be heading to Hera, which is what he needs, because he needs that
Hera, or he might do Turtle Rock first.
Oh, you're right. It's easy to take for granted that he's going to have to go finish that. I thought he did already, but that was Alex.
Yep. So he's going to go finish Turtle Rock. He'll be able to mirror into Laser Bridge and do those checks as well.
That'll speed things up a little bit for him. It's good that he found that mirror and is able to finish Turtle Rock that way instead of having to go all the way to the back.
Yep, absolutely. And Trinex had the Hera Small anyway, chat reminding me, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He'll need that then to get down to the basement.
It's literally the only thing was that the only thing we found in Turtle Rock? We might have found it.
I'm pretty sure.
I think we found some various small keys that do things logically, but also we just found
If not, Link Force will tell us.
Link Force will tell us.
Yeah. Link Force has our back.
That's right. And Rob's going to do some laser skips. There's that Hyrule Castle
Yeah.
small key, that another logical
There you
key
go.
that does things logically that we don't care about.
Yep.
There's Reminder small key, a logical small key that does things logically that we don't care about.
Lots of that going on Laser Bridge here.
And the Skullwood small key,
Skullwood.
that, you know.
Yeah,
so
logically
all
we
those
don't care
things-
about.
we don't care about it. And 5 rupees that we never care about.
Well, maybe you don't, but I could.
I don't.
I don't know. I could use some fast food right now.
Go to the Hylian fast food restaurant.
Yeah, the Hylian Taco Bell. They
There
just
you
opened
go.
up one. Okay, Rob gonna pick up his Parakey, and then hopefully
follow it. I mean, there's
yeah,
no better time to do it than right now.
you go do that basement, Rob, or you're grounded. All right, some boss synchronization here for just a brief moment.
All right, Alex gets finished with Pod. Where does he follow that big key to desert, or does he go to Pyramid Fairy? And if he follows that big key to desert, do we have it?
Yeah, do we have
GT big
Ganon's
key?
big key in the big chest? Who knows?
Or on
Or on
Landmo?
Landmo, right? Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Where are we floating to?
Is this what the kids call? This could possibly be what the kids
Okay.
call an oops all dungeons, I think.
Yeah, could be. Well, we haven't had to do all Castle Towers, so it's not quite all dungeons, but awfully close.
True.
We are going to get Pyramid Fairy first, which will get him his Mire Big, which will put him in GT Big Key Go mode.
Which is not the best of feelings.
No. Rob has other things in mind other than... Okay, he's got to get to the light world first.
Yes.
Not-
I was going to
let's not
say,
forget
I was
that.
thinking, Robert
Yeah,
J.
this is fine,
Beasley,
fine.
young man, get in that basement.
Okay, he's headed. They're both headed to the right direction for the
Yes.
things they need.
It looks like it, thank goodness. Showcasing here why you need the mirror to check the Pyramid Fairy. Which you were saying Pyramid Fairy earlier, and for some reason I thought you were saying Waterfall Fairy, and I was like, why would he go there? I don't. And I was like so confused for a second.
Yeah, he sees the big key. He's gonna grab it. Which does weird things to the graphics and puts an extra hole.
Yep, I
think
noticed
because
that. I was
yeah.
like, oh, we gonna try to glitch in there to see what goodies? Maybe that's where Ganon's big key is.
There you go.
$20 from Ether. Oh, our single arrow.
Yeah, not what you really want to see.
Unless you're
And a
going to use it
bouquet.
to pick the lock, then
Okay,
I don't think we
so
need those.
Ganon's Tower big key probably in Ganon's Tower.
That is probably the safest guess at this point. But I neither have checked Hero's Tomb, I don't believe.
King's Tomb has
King's
not been
Tomb.
checked.
Yeah.
The desert checks. I think if you're Alex, you do desert big chest. I don't think you do Landmo.
Yeah, I would definitely check the
Yeah,
big
he's
chest
setting up. He's
first.
setting up to do at least that check because he's gonna open desert here and then probably do the big chest and then mirror out and then finish Mire because he's done everything in
Yes.
Mire but 2 locations. He's gonna do the big chest in Mire. He's gonna do Vidi.
And Rob going to finally pick up his swamp, which he desperately needs. A swamp,
I'm
small
gonna
key, I
put-
should say.
I'm gonna put Alex a little bit in the lead, but everything contingent on that GT big key.
Yeah.
Rob, for instance, could, and I mean, we know he should skip left side swamp. He
Yeah.
doesn't know he needs. He should
Skip
do that.
it, Rob. Do it.
Okay, so looks like Alex is setting up to check the big chest after, which maybe means he'll do Landmo after as well. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. We got that key to Ganon's tower, which is, I mean, I guess fine and all. Because, I mean, the big key might be in there, so.
And Rob will have a clear path to go to swamp.
Yeah, that's definitely. Rob's like, okay, yep, I know where to go now. He's going to go directly to swamp. Unless there's something else that he wants to check first. Like Can't imagine him
yeah,
delaying
I
swamp
can't
any
imagine.
longer. Okay. Group, Jello, Rob, and Alex. Things are coming down to a Ganon Big Key hunt.
Yeah, and shout outs to McMonkey sweating this one out. Reminder of the meaning of this match. So if Alex wins this, he's the one that gets into brackets by virtue of sweeping McMonkey 2-0. But if Rob wins this, then the tiebreakers go to McMonkey's way. Rob, just a spoiler here, doesn't actually get to go on to brackets, but is playing like he's trying to be that
He's doing
spoiler.
a fantastic job, yeah. For sure. Oh, that poor, lonely bug net.
Yeah, it's never going to be picked up. We don't need these.
Best item in the whole game. It's practically go mode. I can't believe they're just skipping it. All
Yeah, how
right.
important can it be? It's not on the tracker.
Yeah, that's true. It's important in my heart.
It's the item they have to take off the tracker to have keys, just so we're clear.
You know what? I forgive them for organizing it that way. I guess I can look past it this one time. All right, Alex.
And
making
Alex
good use
gets
of the
his
silvers.
tempered.
Yeah, and now they're both tempered. Alex has. Does it? Yeah, he has everything now. Just needs.
I think he's gonna go
Ganon's
and check
big key.
Desert Big Chest.
That would make sense. I think he set that up earlier.
You set it up. You're
Yeah.
right here. It's not that long a check, but I don't think you do landmo. Okay, or you just don't.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
Okay. I'm surprised only because he set it up. Like there was absolutely no
he went through
reason.
the
There was no reason
cutscene.
to do that setup. But he says, you know what? No, I'm gonna
changed his mind.
Changed his mind.
That's how
There
that happens.
there was a little bit of hesitation. He was definitely thinking about it. Okay, so we are headed to GT. There are 22 locations, one of which might hold the big key. You can go ahead and put numbers in if you want. If you think it's not in GT, go ahead and put 0.
Yep. And I'm gonna go ahead and say 4 personally because
I always say 5. So let's do 5.
Okay, good. Counting with Tracy and Rex.
Yeah, counting sucks.
I am not good at I always lose. I'm like, oh look, they got an arrow in that chest, and then I've already forgotten.
Yeah, usually I end up subtracting from 22.
That's probably the way to do it. I'm definitely gonna forget, but no, I'm not. I'm gonna focus. All right, I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna count.
Okay, we're gonna go to the left first. And reminder, we have a Swamp Palace big key still outstanding that could show up in here.
Yeah, so maybe.
So we gotta try and. I've been fooled before by non-GT big keys on commentary that are in GT in this exact mode.
All right, so that was 1, I believe, because of the lamp.
Yep.
There. 2.
Gold sword's nice.
Yeah, we like to see that. Damn, it's not 4.
And I'm out with 5.
Unless you can buy it. And that's not going to happen.
It looks like he's going to continue on.
Keep going.
Did we not
there are a lot of
not do Hope Room? He just went, He just
went straight to left side, yeah.
Okay. You don't see that every day. Maybe this is Poise Rando Rush.
Yeah. I believe that was 6.
Yep.
Good, I'm not totally useless today. Nice Cane of Shenanigans strat there. Yeah, it's Cane of Samaria. I got in the habit of calling it that.
There is a cheat sheet right there on the HUD. We just have to add 1 because of the torch.
Thank goodness.
So this will be 7.
Oh my goodness. How? Yeah.
How did we ever live without that?
I can't believe I didn't even think about that. I could have been the hero today. All right,
8, 9, 10,
Rando
11.
Room.
And we'll see if he stays in Random Room or if he goes all the way to the back. Or see if he mirrors out here, goes all the way to the back.
Okay, no big key.
All right, that's 11.
So if Rob somehow finds this big key, but it looks like he's going into Ganon's tower.
Yeah, he's going to go into GT as well.
He's gambling on it.
If he goes, I mean, if it's in Hope Room even, he takes
Yeah, if he decides to go right side or, yeah.
If he goes Hope Room first, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see full left very often.
Yeah, you know what? I've been seeing that, like, I mean, I used to see it all the time, but that was a while back. Like, you just...
Hope to full left is pretty common.
It's typical, yeah. I've seen that. I see that most of the time. But sometimes maybe you go on a gamble thinking, maybe it's deeper
Rob is going to keep going and go over to Compass Room.
Okay.
And we will, if it is on Alex's side, if we do find a big key, we'll use his count, as is traditional.
Yes. Whoever gets there first, we use their count, because you can do Ganon Tower a number of ways, as demonstrated by Alex. So, so far, not showing up.
We're at 15!
I think it is in King's Tomb. You know what? King's Tomb to shovel to dig spot is my guess right now.
That'd be awfully rude.
But good for the lovely viewers at home who are cozy and enjoying the race.
Oh, did Rob just get grabbed by the hand?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too
rough.
bad. So now if it's on Compass Room, we're neck and neck. But if it's not, then Rob's probably going to full clear the rest of the basement for nothing, and Alex will be able to leave. And he's got more checks available.
Literally have just tied everything up here. We'll see. That is incredible. Just that one little mistake.
Okay, now I really want it to be right here.
Me too,
we've got a
actually.
race.
Now that this happened, it's like, oh man, that'd be amazing if it was here. But even if not, maybe it leads them to the same. Maybe it leads them to King's Tomb. Nope, that is this dungeon. There it is.
And we
have
got
a race, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this could be anybody's game. Alex only maybe like a second ahead of Rob at this point.
Yeah, about half a room. Easily, I mean, this is easily made up in lots of places. Alex with that gold sword will have a likely easier one-in-one again. Right. But if you know how to use the tempered sword properly, then you still can get a one-in-one, and I would expect it. So
yeah, neither runner having an insurmountable lead here.
Rob already catching up. Like,
oh wow,
they're on the same exact screen.
Some good execution on Rob's part. Man, that hand grab, it coming down a hand grab like that, that's amazing.
Well, it was Rob that was grabbed.
Oh yeah.
Like he'd already have a bit of a lead. So instead we're yeah, this is too close to call.
Yeah.
As we head up into the gauntlet. Gauntlet execution could make a difference.
This is the best case scenario here for people watching.
For the viewers, absolutely. For these guys, they're sweating it out.
Yeah. I can't imagine either one feeling in the lead right now.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, I don't know. Chat's saying that Rob's NMG coming through, so it looks like Rob, and you can see already.
You can see it, like the movement is really clean and well executed. What you would expect. Not that Alex is doing a bad job by any stretch. It's just.
But it's lengthening this small lead that Rob has is being lengthened.
It's definitely paying off for him in spades here.
Not a great Lambo too.
No, not the best, but
it looks like Alex is not going to capitalize on that.
So the only thing here to watch out for is Moldorm being mean. So
Ganon can be mean too.
Ganon, I have absolutely seen a race lost because of a Ganon fall. It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, no, you don't want to see it. In fact,
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Oh, maybe I would on my worst enemy, but not any of these people. These are lovely people.
Yeah, okay, to be clear, there is no tiebreaker race that's going to happen because there are tiebreakers set. If Alex wins this...
That is not a good fall.
He just gets through. If Rob wins this, then McMonkey gets through based on the tiebreakers. So a lot at stake, especially for Alex here.
Yeah, Alex needs to win this, but it's looking... As we climb the gauntlet here, it's looking ever so much like Rob is taking a healthy lead. We'll see how Moldorm behaves today. Okay, well, he's not off to a great start.
It might have been a poke.
Okay. Yep.
You don't want to
Still
do
one
it,
more
yes.
hit there.
Okay.
There we go.
You want to make sure you do a sword spin there to avoid the enrage phase, because those were pokes.
Yeah, the faster he moves, the worse off for you.
Yep.
Well, missing that little skip there, but not losing too much time to it.
We'll talk about the tiebreakers rules as soon as this is done. Let's go ahead and concentrate on finishing this.
Okay. So, hello, Ganon for the first time today. Okay, getting one there, missing a couple. Ooh, that's not good. But still healthily in the lead because of an extremely well executed climb here.
Yeah, this is a very nice climb by Rob here.
But now Alex entering Aghanim. If Alex does really well on the Aghanim fight, and just to be clear for anybody that may not know, the RNG for Aghanim, like the blue balls, the positioning, everything, I'm pretty sure it's the same for both runners.
Yep, same with the Ganon warps.
Yeah.
It's a little more noticeable in Aga 1 because it's just blue balls. The positioning isn't exactly the same because some of that is dependent on where Link moves to, but the blue balls are all the same. And if you move exactly the same way, then you would get the exact same Aga patterns.
Yeah, essentially the takeaway being that RNG is not going to give either runner an advantage here.
Exactly.
Okay, well, so Rob getting to Ganon, a few seconds ahead of Alex here. Alex does have the buttered sword, which could help.
It only matters if Rob makes a mistake.
Yeah, and it's
Rob
not
doesn't
looking
get the
like it is
1-1.
so
Yeah.
far. And
if Rob doesn't get a
using
1-1, then you've got half magic, so why not? And you got.
You might even have a
so
potion in there somewhere. I'm not sure.
It wouldn't surprise me. You don't need to worry about too much magic with silver arrows.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
They didn't have silvers, maybe, but yeah, since they have the silvers, this is going to be pretty standard. Close, very close match. Yeah, silver, your one weakness. Oh, missing that.
Yeah, we don't care about torch glitch.
Yeah. Not
and gets a cave slash. Nice. Come on, Rob.
Clutch it. Because, yeah, Alex is here on silvers already, so... Oh, what a close match this is. Okay, and Rob narrowly beating Ganon just a few seconds ahead of Alex here.
Right, and Rob finishes with an official race time of 1:51.24. Just as Alex is finishing up Ganon, who will also cross that bridge with a 1:51.36. GG's to both our runners. That was an insane race.
That was a really good one.
And congratulations to McMonkey. You get to go on to brackets, as it turns out. To explain the tiebreaker situation. So, because Rob and McMonkey split in their matches, but McMonkey was 2-0 versus Jay Meisher. And that's the second tiebreaker, his record against the top player. Rob, on the other hand, went 0-2 against Jay Meisher, and that is what puts McMonkey through to brackets, even though it is a 3-3 tie.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, there was a lot on the line there for Alex, and man, being able to finish Ganon and then just a few seconds before your opponent. Still, though, a wonderful showing by both runners.
Looks like we're going to get Rob at least for an interview. I don't know if Alex is coming in.
Okay.
And GG's to Rob J Beasley, clutching that out. Pretty much behind most of the race until you were getting to the GT Big Key at about the same time. That's probably about where you were able to start watching. And yeah, just your execution throughout the climb pulled it through for you, I'd say.
Thank you. So yeah, my brain just completely forgot that Swamp Small Key was a thing. Like that's what happened there.
Oh, okay.
We were wondering.
We thought you were just making a play because there was an item there. It could have been something.
Yeah, when I found the mirror in Maya, my brain went, okay, that's go mode minus GT Big Key. I have so many bad locations left. I'm gonna hope it's in GT and just go. So then I go into Swamp and find that the door is locked.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen weirder. We had no idea. We figured that.
Yeah, we forgot. We thought you picked it up already.
No, I knew you hadn't picked it up, but I figured that you were just like, well, I'll check it anyway. It could be something good. I'm missing a few items.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Also, the first chest in Swamp was the Titan's Mitt as well, which just blew everything wide open as well. So that was terrifying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It did make your return to Turtle Rock a little bit easier.
Yeah, true.
In fact, I gotta ask you about Turtle Rock. So you go into there with 3 small keys. So you could have finished it, but then you opened the lava chest.
Yeah, so I basically just did I have everything to finish it then? I guess I probably did, didn't I?
Yeah, you had 3 smalls. Yeah, it wasn't in logic, of course. You need all 4 smalls to go to the boss, but
yeah, I just decided that I was gonna not open one of the doors was my plan. Because I wanted to, like, obviously I only had 3 keys, not 4 at that point. If I open Crystal Roller door, then I can't go any further, right? I think.
Right, that's right.
So I could have got to Laser Bridge, but I didn't want to go there and lock myself out of the boss, basically. I knew I hoped I'd either find Mirror or the last key later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm used to people skipping lava chests, because then you can go do...
Yeah.
In Turtle Rock, you could go ahead and do Turtle Rock, and then... Or sorry, you can go ahead and do Trinex, and then...
Yeah, in Inverted, because you can, like, not open all of the doors and beat the dungeon, I think I like opening lava chests most of the time.
Okay, because if you'd gotten the mirror, then the 4th Turtle Rock small key becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, I can pull through the 3.
Yeah. And then, Hera Basement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad location. I was quite happy about that, really.
that was I mean, he got to it first, but he put off the Pyramid Ledge until he had the mirror and had done Swamp and could do Pyramid Fairy with it.
Okay.
So yeah,
I mean,
so his go minus GT Big was Meyer Big.
Okay. Yeah, I'd assumed that I'd got to the Meyer Big last, like, very clearly. I thought I'd left it so late. Obviously, that's literally available from the beginning of the game, right? It's a Sphere 0 check with the flute.
Yep, Sphere 1.
Yeah.
Sphere 1, yep. Could go right there.
Yeah, so I assumed I was getting to that last. I guessed I probably had the boots first.
I believe by a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that might be, like, the one thing that was saving me a lot of the time.
Yeah, and shout outs to those boots.
Yeah, they were out of logic at the time, too.
Yeah, we were very amused by all these things pointing to something in Eastern Palace, and the only thing we got out of Eastern Palace was the out of logic check.
Yep.
Yeah, but I guess Lamp was available at that point, right? Like, it was just in Maya the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you could have gone to Meyer super early and gotten that lamp, because I don't remember exactly where Bombos was, but I feel like you had it for a long time. Just, who wants to go into Misery Mire if you can't finish it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for that big key, and hopefully a lamp, that was in there waiting for me.
But yeah, the big key location caused Alex to double dip Mire, looking for those items, and so that also gained you a little bit of time. I mean, you both had dips that were unfortunate. You both end up in the end doing Ice Palace, which had a whole lot of nothing, and we never did find the Ice Palace big key, did we? No, we didn't. I don't see it on the tracker.
No, I didn't find Ice or Swamp big keys. Like, when I opened the GT big key, I was just, like, hoping it was that one. It was a 1 in 3 at that point, right? Like, it could have been either of the other 2.
Oh, yeah.
Well, definitely could have.
Yeah, it could have been Ice. Yeah, it could have been Ice because Ice Palace being a pendant. Yeah, could have been any of them. So.
Oh, I never found Desert either. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. It was 1 in 4.
Yeah, Desert was in Pod big key chest. So
okay,
you dodge. Yeah, you dodge having to even think about that location, which was
I never went back there with the 5th key.
Yep. Yeah, I think, did you end up on Yeah, no, you did get the 5th key, but it was
I
late.
found the 5th, but yeah, it was after I'd
Mhm.
finished the dungeon.
Yeah, I want to say there were 2 pod smalls in Swamp. One of them was on the left side, the other in the back. So, and he never went to the Zor area, so he missed the pod small that was over there. So,
Okay, yeah, there was nothing there in Zora, was there? I was like quite scared. I left the area there for quite a long time, hoping to find the money, and I thought I might have been quite late to it, but there was nothing there anyway.
so sadly, because of the way the tiebreakers worked, you still don't get to move on. So this is still the end of your tournament. But well done, a good way to go out. You have any words for McMonkey sitting there in chat, who is going to be going on?
GG's McMonkey. I needed him to lose yesterday, and he would not do it for me, so I did the work for him today.
Oh, I see how that works.
But I got to finish not last in the group, so that was, that was what I was playing for today, really.
Yeah, that's a reasonable goal.
Yeah,
All
I mean,
right.
given that, like, I haven't actually raced that much key sanity, and I got 5 out of 6 keys modes in this tournament, so I feel like I did okay.
Yeah, I mean, keys can mess with you, even good, really experienced players. So it looks like you acquitted yourself well with a good record. 3-3 in the main tournament is nothing to sneeze at. So, all right. Anything else you would like to add before we go ahead and close this out?
You basically covered it. Thanks for everyone involved with the restream. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Rob. GG's to both our runners. If you are not already following them, please go ahead and do that. Go ahead and put the thing in chat, and hopefully it's correct. It is! Yay! Okay.
Hey, look at that.
There are still more races coming up tonight that are being restreamed at 8:40 p.m. We have Group F, or Group Fabulous, as it's been renamed. We have DVOX versus Penny Royal Oil. That'll be over on SpeedGaming 6. At 10:10 p.m., we have Dark and Sky versus Flip Heel. That's over on SpeedGaming 5. And I looked at that group. That's Group P, or Party Time, if you will. And there's still a lot of chaos that could happen in that group. So definitely an interesting one. And first thing in the morning at 8:40 a.m., I may or may not be up for this one. We have Average Frustrated Gamer versus Dryken over on SpeedGaming 3 to start out your morning. So, and then more races to come tomorrow. Go ahead and check out the schedule. There's a whole lot of races scheduled. I don't think a decision's been made on most of the races coming up tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But yeah, I'd like to thank everybody. Carol's Rex for joining me. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, it was a joy. Thank you.
Linkforce, our star tracker, for not only clicking those buttons and keeping us honest, but yelling at us and making sure we remembered everything. Really
very much appreciate
you, Linkforce. Tracker's always the MVPs of our tournaments.
Absolutely. Virtual high five to you.
Yeah, and that'll pretty much do it for us. We'll see you at the next race.
Have a good one, everyone.